Among many, many things I'm looking forward to in early retirement, one of the things I'm looking forward to the most is to erase this line. Erase this red line that separates work stuff and personal stuff. In this video, I want to talk about productivity. Productivity now while I'm still working, and productivity in early retirement. As you can see, I'm standing in front of a whiteboard. A whiteboard is absolutely my favorite tool for everyday productivity. I use a whiteboard to write down what I need to get done today, this very day. This whiteboard is not about tasks that I need to get done in the future. This is about today. If it goes on the board, it really should be done today. If I have tasks that I want to get done tomorrow or even farther in the future, those are going to go on the Reminders app on my phone instead. The Reminders app is fantastic because you can just brain dump all the tasks, all the things you might want to do. You can create specific lists for specific purposes, and you can even set recurring reminders because you might forget to take out the trash on Tuesdays. So maybe you set a reminder for Monday night. I'm a big fan of using technology to help remember things, to get these tasks out of your head and into a list of some sort that you can refer to. But that doesn't work for me for tasks that need to be done today. Because after I wake up in the morning and get ready for the day, I come into this office here that I'm standing in right now, and I'm faced with a blank whiteboard. A blank slate, anything is possible. But I do need to sort of sculpt my day, doing a mix of work activities and personal activities. Well, this whiteboard helps me figure out exactly what I want to do with my day, what I need to do with my day. I've got it split down the middle by this red line. On the left-hand side of the board, this is where I'm going to write tasks that have to do with work that I'm going to do today. And on the right-hand side of the board, this is where I'm going to write personal tasks that I am going to do today. I like using a whiteboard for tasks for today because I can see it. If I put to-dos in a Reminders app, that's great. They are there, I can reference them. But the fact of the matter is, I may forget to look at that app at all throughout the course of a day. However, if it's up on this whiteboard here, which when I'm sitting at my desk, I can easily just glance to my right and take a look at it, I'm going to see what's on this board. It's physical. I can get up here and with great intention, write out in my chicken scratch exactly what I want to do today. So as you can imagine, I start my day like many of you by looking at my work email because unfortunately work email often dictates what it is that you are going to do for that day, regardless of what you had planned for the day. People may stick meetings on your calendar or things that need to get done urgently, and so you got to kind of drop everything, take care of that stuff first before you can get back to your longer term projects. Typical stuff there for the modern office worker, I guess. So what I'll do after checking my email, I will then figure out what it is that I'm going to do with the rest of my day, what I want to get done with regards to work. And oftentimes there's multiple things, but usually there is one non-negotiable, very important thing that I really want to get done that day to feel that sense of accomplishment, to feel that the day was worth it. So I'm going to have work stuff on this side, and there may be one major accomplishment I want to do today, and to get that done, maybe there's a couple specific tasks, some subtasks that need to get done. I don't want to go into tons of detail here. Basically, you know how a job works. You have to do things. That's where I write it down. These are things related to work that I have to do today. I really try not to overload it. I want to make it realistic enough that I can actually get it done today. I don't want to have this huge long list, get to the end of the day and realize I haven't gotten to half this stuff and carry it over to the next day. Very important about my whiteboard, I want to start with a clean slate each and every morning. So what if I have some work tasks listed here and it turns out the end of the day comes around and I didn't get to all of them? Do I leave them up there and leave them on the whiteboard until the next day? No, I do not. I put those in a to-do app, either on my work computer, my work email, or on my Reminders app if it's for my personal life. So if tasks don't get done, they don't stay on the board, I'm going to type them out into my to-do list on my work computer, and I'm going to erase them from this board with this eraser. So that's about as much as I want to say about work stuff. Work stuff goes here, left side of the board. Here's the thing. Someday soon, I hope to retire. I hope to retire early. If you have not been following along with my channel, that's basically what it's all about. My whole thing is that I want to retire early. I'm actually looking to retire as soon as this year. Anyway, regardless of when I retire, it will be early, and I can't wait. Among many, many things I'm looking forward to in early retirement, one of the things I'm looking forward to the most is to erase this line. Erase this red line that separates work stuff and personal stuff. Because once I leave my job, I won't need this line anymore. I can fill this board up with all my personal tasks only. And that might include things like making a video like I am right now. But that's a personal task that I want to do, not a work task. I'm going to tear down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev, and I'm going to have one big whiteboard for all my tasks that are things that I need to do for me, that I want to do, that are moving me closer toward my personal goals, not my work goals. But right now, the line still exists, so let's talk about this right-hand part of the board. As you can see, I've got a rectangle up here. If you can read my horrible handwriting, it says Theme Happiness. Now, I've made a video in the past about themes, and I think of themes as a replacement for New Year's resolutions. Instead of a specific resolution, which is doomed to fail in most cases, I go with a theme for the year. And this year for 2025, my theme that I decided on was happiness. This is such a big, important theme that you could also call it just a goal for life, right? But I named this as my theme for the year, and compare this to my theme for 2024, which was simplicity. And simplicity kind of guided a lot of my actions and what I focused on for the year and kept me on the right track for that specific theme of kind of simplifying my life, which I think is a good thing to do. I really like to keep things simple wherever possible. Anyway, this year I wanted to go bigger and bolder. I went with the theme of happiness. I mean, who can argue with that, right? And so why do I write this at the top of the whiteboard on this column? When I write down tasks on this personal side of the whiteboard, I want to check them against this theme. In most cases, if not every case, the tasks, what I do in each and every day, should play into my theme of happiness. Do I need to do laundry? Actually, it turns out I do need to do laundry today. The weekend's coming up. I need to have clothes for the weekend, especially for the work week next week. So something I really want to get done today is to do some laundry. So I'm going to write that on my list. That's a task that is going to be done today. If I get through the day and I haven't done this task, I have failed. The whiteboard has failed me. I have failed. The whole point of me putting this on the board is that I'm actually going to do this today. All right. Back to the theme. Is laundry increasing my happiness? Does it play into my happiness at all? Well, the thing is, I don't actually enjoy doing laundry. So you could argue that it's not. It's not contributing to happiness. But consider this. If I don't do laundry, I'm going to be unhappy next week when I don't have clean clothes to wear. So, in a way, laundry does contribute to my happiness. And of course, sometimes tasks need to go on this list that do not contribute or increase happiness. That's just life. But in most cases, it helps as a guiding principle, something to think about. Like, am I spending my time increasing my happiness or not? And if I'm not, then maybe some of the tasks need to be changed, rearranged. Maybe I need to focus my efforts somewhere else. All right, so laundry is a task I definitely want to get done today. Another thing I know I want to get done today is do a workout. And by workout, I mean lift some weights down in the basement, not go for a walk. I am going to go for a walk, actually probably multiple walks as I do almost every day. I'm going to go out for about a 15 or 20 minute walk here soon. I don't need to write that on the board because it's so ingrained in my daily habits that it's not something I need to remember to do. However, a workout, it's pretty easy for me to skip multiple days, go a week, or even 2 weeks without doing a workout, lifting heavy weights at all. And that's not increasing my happiness either, because I work out for health and because it makes me feel better after I do it. And it makes me happy long term that I'm someone who works out. Working out is important to me. Anyway, this is something I'm definitely going to do today. Another thing I definitely want to do today, and this is something that's going down right now, you're watching it happen. I want to record a video for my YouTube channel. Record a video. I'm doing it right now, so in theory, unless this all goes wrong, or unless I forgot to hit the record button, shouldn't even say that out loud. I'm recording the video right now. I'll be able to cross that off my list. So let's talk about crossing tasks off the list after I complete them. So let's say I complete this video. I verify that it did record correctly. I've got sound, I've got video, it looks good. I've got something to work with, something to edit into a YouTube video that you all are watching right now. So once I have this task done, I am not going to erase it right now. Instead, I'm going to simply cross it out. Cross it out because I really enjoy looking over throughout the course of the day and seeing what I accomplished. And in fact, I might even leave it up here until the next day because I'll come in the morning and see everything I did the day before. And that just makes me feel good, makes me happy to see that I've accomplished something, that I'm continuing to be productive with my days. So I like to keep that up there with it crossed out instead of erasing it so that I remember in the short term what I did, and I get that sense of satisfaction that I am accomplishing tasks, that I'm being productive. So after I record this video, I'll probably get some laundry going. Once that's done, I can cross that off. While the laundry's being washed, I'll go downstairs and work out at some point. I'll be able to cross that off the list. And this list is not too long. I mean, some other things may come to mind that I'll write here, but this is not a whole lot. But by having this list, even though it's short and sweet, it keeps me productive. I'm doing good things with my day. It also doesn't overschedule me and get me so busy that I'm not open to other possibilities or other things that might come up. These are the core few things that I absolutely need to get done today, or else I will feel like I was not productive today, that this was not a good use of my time. So I've got my short list. Same thing applies for work stuff. Got my few items that I'm absolutely going to do today. Other things are going to come up. Those emails are going to come in. There may be fires to put out. Not literal fires, but you know what I mean. There's still plenty of flexibility and even mystery into exactly how my day is going to go, but I've got my core tasks that I absolutely know I'm going to get done today, come hell or high water. Now, aside from a theme on the whiteboard, another thing you might consider putting on your whiteboard at the top are your goals in life. For example, I've got a few big goals in life. One of them is to retire early, specifically this year. And it might be interesting to have your goals written up at the top of your list, and then also making sure that what you're doing on a day-to-day basis is matching up with those goals, is moving those goals forward. But those goals for me are so ingrained, so much a part of who I am at this point, that I don't feel the need to write it down here. It's just a filter that I will automatically apply regardless, to make sure that I'm spending my time the way I want to spend it, especially when it comes to this side of the board. Not much you can do as far as personal goals on this side of the board, but on this side of the board, yes, I want to make sure that these align with my goals as well as my theme for the year. So that's how I stay productive now and how I plan to stay productive in early retirement. 2 major tools I use: reminders app on my phone and a whiteboard hung up in my office. Anyway, that's what I've got for you in this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you got some inspiration out of this or some ideas. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, give it a like, hit that like button, consider subscribing to my channel, and check out this video next. Thanks for watching.